Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about North Dakota and a judge striking down a ban. In a 24-page order, a state judge in North Dakota found that the state's constitution has broad protections for personal liberty, and that those protections in the state constitution wind up creating and guaranteeing a fundamental, inalienable right to access abortion prior to viability. The entire order is interesting, but the key part is, quote, pregnant women in North Dakota have a fundamental right to choose abortion before viability exists under the enumerated and unenumerated interests provided by the North Dakota Constitution. The court also wrote that the state constitution protects a, quote, woman's right and responsibility to decide what her pregnancy demands of her in the context of her life and in the context of her health. Prior to viability, a woman must retain the ultimate control over her own destiny, her own body, and ultimately the path of her life. On top of that, the judge found that North Dakota's near-total ban on the procedure was unconstitutional. Not just because it violates those rights, but that it is unconstitutionally vague. The court said the law, quote, violates the Constitution of the state of North Dakota and is void for vagueness and of no effect. The part at issue here were exemptions to protect the health of the mother in emergencies that weren't well defined. Many medical professionals were not sure what they could and couldn't do in emergency situations. It goes without saying that in the very red state of North Dakota, the Republican Attorney General has promised to appeal the decision. One part of the court's order might remind some small government conservatives of how far they've fallen. It said, quote, a woman's choice of whether or not to carry a pregnancy to term shapes the very nature and future course of her life on nearly every possible level. The court finds that such a choice, at least pre-viability, must belong to the individual woman and not to the government. While this is certainly a win for those in the state seeking to restore reproductive rights, the fight is a long way from over. The AG is almost certain to appeal, and even if the court's decision stands, the legislature would likely craft another similar piece of legislation designed to curtail the rights of women in the state. One of the key takeaways from this battle is the length of time it takes to get rights back once the legislature decides you don't have them anymore. This ruling is part of a court battle that has been taking place since the lawsuit was filed in 2022, and it is still ongoing. We're likely to hear more about this case in the coming months. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.